Today I will be bringing my 6'10" lockdown build to 4 different game modes in NBA 2K25 and seeing how well it can hold up in the rec, the proving grounds, the city, and even the stage. It honestly even surprised me how well this went and how versatile this build ended up being. I guarantee you guys are going to enjoy this one. Make sure you're watching all the way through. Before we get started, drop a like, drop a sub, turn the notifications on. I'm going to include the build here in the beginning for you. And let me know down in the comments what your favorite game mode in NBA 2K25 is. Without further ado though, let's check out this build and then we'll get right into our gameplay. Alright, here is the 6'10" lockdown build that I will be using in today's video. If you guys have not seen it already, I have quite a few videos on it. 87 driving dunk for the contacts, 81 mid-range to shoot pretty consistently. You're going to see in the video, I mean, I'm shooting very consistently. Enough ball handling to dribble on a 6'10". We don't need the pass accuracy on a lockdown, but 65 is more than enough. 89 interior, 99 block. Nobody's scoring on us in the paint. 84 perimeter, 84 steal. We're able to lock up guards if we get switched onto them. 80 defensive rebound and solid physicals. I am using the slice takeover to improve my speed, agility, and driving dunk. So keep that in mind if you see that takeover going up throughout the video here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Our first game mode is going to be the stage. We are taking this build right to the 1v1 court and testing the limits. So let's get right into that now. This is a 7-footer that ended up blowing by me on the first possession here. I wasn't expecting him to use that KD go-to. But again, getting into this is not a build that you would typically see on the 1v1 court, especially in the stage. But we are going to get it done, and we are going to see what we can do on this build. We ended up getting him to miss a fade, and then we are on the offensive end. And this is where I really thought the trouble was going to be, is us trying to score on offense, because this is not an ISO type of build. But I'm going to pull up right over the top of him and nail a 3 to start the game. And then I'm going to drive by, contact dunk right on his head. Like I said, he is 7 feet tall, but we are getting it done. Only a 74 ball handle. This build really is not meant to be ISOing like this, but I'm going to snatch it back, use rhythm shooting, and shoot right over the top of him yet again. One thing I will say is I went into this challenge, I wanted to get some good gameplay for you guys in all the different game modes. I don't think I lost a single game. I think every game you're about to see is the very first one I played in each game mode as I'm hitting that snatchback 3. I mean, like I said, you guys saw the 81 midi, the 76 3, and we are out here shooting so consistently. I tried to get a contact dunk there. I missed the meter didn't even come up, so he does end up getting the ball back, but we might as well showcase some defense anyways. He's going to snatch back, miss it. It was wide open, but that's all right. He's not going to hit every shot. We are getting the ball back. I'm going to hit that Kobe and then hit the spin move, fade away right side, knocking it down. And we have heat check for the first time in the video. I mean, we're getting kind of nasty out here on the 1v1 court. That little spin off of that purple threat is honestly so lethal. Behind the back, snatch back, top of the key, knocking it down with heat check. There's nothing this dude can do to stop me. And if he gets the ball, we are shutting him down every time because we are literally a lockdown doing this on the offensive end. Speed boost, Giannis cross, dunking that one, giving us a 16-2 lead in our very first stage game on the 1v1 court. Fade away, top of the key. And I missed that one. I can't get them all to go. But like I said, our shooting attributes are pretty low, so you can't expect to make every single shot. But we're going to do what we can out here. I wanted to show off the defense anyways. Let's just say I missed on purpose. We are bumping this dude, bumping him. Fade away. He hits a super tough shot. That is a moderate, but he gets it to go. It is what it is. I get close enough. That 99 block with the interior that I have feels like Intimidator from 2K20. I've said in every video about this build. It honestly gets so many stops. Snatch back, little midi, get that one to go. But if I'm even near them when they're trying to score in the paint, it honestly makes them miss so often. Speed boost I get on this cross launch is insane. Between the legs, dunking on his head in the paint. 20-6 at this point. I'm going to try to fade a midi right side. Can't get it to go, but I get the offensive rebound and dunk all over him to end our stage game. Get our first win of the video, 22-6. I am super happy with how that first game went. Like I said, I'm pretty sure all of these games you're about to see are the very first ones I tried in each game mode. I was so surprised I was able to win the first 1v1 stage game. Honestly, I didn't know if I was going to win any 1v1 stage games, but this is not the only game mode. We also have to go test out the rec, so let's get into that right now. Into the rec center. This is not random rec. These are my teammates. I know these guys. I'm going to pull up a 3 to start the game. Very first possession of the game. I do miss a 3, but that's okay. My point guard is going to get a chase down block off the glass. Center's grabbing the rebound. We are out on the break. He's going to end up finding me, and I'm going to meter dunk this one all over their center. Start the game with a nice, easy dunk. Give us a 2-0 lead. There is a lot more where that came from. This guy's going to try to score on my center in the paint. He is all over that. Throwing it down to me on the break. I'm pulling up a confident midi, knocking it down. down. I did start using rhythm. I haven't used rhythm all year, but you're going to see me sometimes in this video as I get the lane steal there. I have been trying rhythm on these lockdowns with the lower shooting ratings. It just seems to help a little bit, give you a little bit of a boost, but I definitely still do prefer the button. It was just something I was trying out here. Another thing I was trying out is the meter dunk. I was doing a lot of meter dunks on this 6'10" build, just because it feels like the taller you are this year, the more contact dunks you get. I have a point guard built like a 96 dunk, and it just seems like the taller I am, even if it's a lower dunk rating, I get more dunks. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments. But my center's going to get a big stop in the paint, not find me on the break, but he is going to find my point guard, and he was not missing all game long. Knocks that down, giving us a early 20-8 lead. Go ahead and grab a lane steal right here, giving me two-way. I'm dribbling this one all the way up the court with that 74 ball handle, snatching back, rhythm shooting, and I get another one to go. We have 9 points early on in this one. I'm going to set a screen for the guard and then slip. He's going to throw me a lob, and I'm dunking that one. I think, like I said, I only have like an 87 driving dunk on this build, but it feels like way more. AI is going to grab that. We're going to toss it up, and that is going to end the first quarter. Getting into the second quarter, though, I am going to get out on the break right away and use that meter dunk like I was saying. Super athletic dunk. Maybe it's the vertical on this build. That might also be what's helping it. But he's going to find me in the right corner. I'm going to fade another midi and knock it down. 81 mid-range is honestly way better than I thought it would be when I was making this build originally. I am going to find myself wide open in the right corner again and then shoot right over the top of this guy as he gets a late closeout. That rhythm shooting with this build, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stick to it, but I have liked it so far. I do miss a layup there trying to get a meter dunk, and I kick out to the AI, pulls it up and knocks it down, giving me my first assist of the game. I have 18, 2, and 1 at this point. Snag a rebound over that guard, and now we have 18, 3, and 1 on the break, dribbling this one out. I probably should have passed it up, but I get the small forward on a backdoor, and he does miss the dunk. That's okay, though. We are getting right at the end of the second quarter here, and that is going to send us to halftime. We do get player of the half with a pretty crazy first half performance. 18 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, 57% from the field. Definitely could be a little bit better, but it is what it is. But off of my performance, I think through the stage game and through the first half of the rec game, we're performing pretty well so far and showing this build really is versatile. Getting into the third quarter, though, it honestly started out pretty slow. We're about a minute and a half in here. We haven't scored too much, but the guard is going to get us going, hitting a nice little mid-range there, putting us up 38-35. The other team did crawl back into it, so this is going to end up being a closer game than it originally looked like. I'm going to snatch that back and then try to drive and dunk on the center, but I can't get it to go. He must have higher interior. He did get a good stop on that one. It's probably a forced dunk. It is what it is. AI is going to grab it, though. I'm on the break with two-way. Going to snatch that back, kick it over to the guard, who hits the small forward on the left corner, back to the guard, and pulls up a 3, knocking it down. Like I said, this guy was not missing all game long. Definitely very nice to have a guard like that when you're playing lockdown. You can't do everything yourself. Pulling up in the corner and knocking down another 3. I was shooting pretty consistently. My percentages don't look great, but I was also forcing quite a few that I did not include. Meter dunk, super athletic. That 85 vertical has me flying through the air and dunking everything. This AI, I don't know if you guys get this, but some AIs honestly play way better than other AIs. We got a pretty good AI in this game. I mean, he was shooting consistently. He was playing good defense, everything like that. But there is definitely bad AIs out there, and you do not want to be stuck with them. As my guard hits a 3 there, I'm going to snatch this one back, end up driving left, hitting the AI again, who ends up kicking out to the guard. It's going to find its way back to me as my guy leaks out, and I'm wide open in the right corner. Another 3, and I knock it down. There's the rhythm shooting again. That gives me 26 points on the game to go along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Look at me locking up the ball. I had to keep some defensive clips in here. Just as I was saying the AI was playing good defense, the center makes a crazy contested layup right over the top of him. But I'm going to go ahead and get a great contest in the paint with that high interior that we have on this build. And I am out on the break, hitting the small forward. He did not get that one to go, so I'm going to cut that out. My center's blocking that as I get the other guy to pick up the ball, though. Throwing it down to the point guard, who kicks it to the small forward in the left corner. You're not going to be able to get every shot, which is something I really look for. I mean, I want to shoot every single time. Maybe that's just me, but you can't do it. I blocked that one out of bounds at the end of the game here. 7 seconds to go. They are going to end up getting a little wide open midi to end this game, but we get a 13-point win, pulled away at the end, and put up a pretty solid stat line. I mean, a stat line I'm happy with at least. 26 points, 5 rebounds, couple assists to go along with it. Like I said, field goal percentage doesn't look great, but I was forcing some crazy stuff, trying to make stuff happen. 4 for 10 from 3 with a 76 3-pointer isn't something I can be very mad about, honestly. But the rec was not the last game mode we are trying. We still have the park and proving grounds to test this build in, so let's get into our park game right now. Heading over to the park, I had to try to find a teammate. I was not about to pick up one of my friends. I wanted to see how this build could perform with a random teammate in the park. So I'm over here scoping out this court, seeing if I want to hop on, trying to look him up. But as I did, somebody took my spot. I'm probably just going to go ahead and head over to the randoms here. This dude is not looking like he wants to be on my team. So I'm going to go ahead and try to play against him. And if you guys know anything about the park in 2K25, it is not really back-to-back games unless you have a logo or a big content creator. So we definitely sat here for a while.
One eternity later.
But when we finally did get a teammate, it was a 74 overall. So we're going to see what we can get done in the park with this random teammate that we picked up. He is going to play pretty good defense off the rip here, though. Force up a contested layup. I'm going to pop out, and he was not afraid to pass, which I really like to see. The guy guarding me was 6'3", so I'm going to abuse the back door, get as many of those as I can get to go, because any free points I can get, especially when we don't have a traditional lineup. Meter dunk there, nice little standing dunk. But like I was saying, when we don't have a traditional lineup, I'm going to take any buckets I can get. So I'm going to go ahead and take those back doors anytime they are there. He's not playing for a second, so I'm going to go again. Another standing dunk. We have an 8-0 lead early on in this one with that 74 overall teammate you guys saw a second ago. And like I said, it's time to trust him. We got to let him cook too. He's going to pull up a midi and knock it down, giving us a 10-0 lead. Props to this guy. You honestly don't run into decent teammates very often, especially when they're not high overalls or anything like that. He's going to go behind the back. I'm going to grab the offensive rebound, give him another chance. He was taking smart shots. At least he wasn't taking anything contested. I think it was literally just because his build was new. That was why he was missing. I jump at the guard there. He grabs the rebound, and I'm going to pull up a left wing three, knock it down, giving us a 13-0 lead here early on. They force up another contested layup for some reason. I'm going to fade a little bit, still pulling it up though, and I get it to go. We are up 16-3 in our very first part game in this video. Behind the back here, kind of cooking up, and I'm going to float it up over the tiny little guard. Nothing he can do. I get that one to go. My center's going to pull up a three, not get that one to go. I get the offensive rebound though. This guy's way too small down here. Grabbing another offensive rebound, kicking it back out to him. Take as many tries as you need. He gets it to go, and we win our part game 21-3. Still have another game mode for you though, so let's get into our Proving Grounds game right now. Heading into the Proving Grounds, like I said, this is my first time queuing up. I definitely only played one Proving Grounds game on this build. It put me at center again. I don't know if you saw my other video about lockdowns, but I feel like I always get put at center when I random match in this game mode on this build. I'm going to get a tough layup to go to start the game. My layup's not even that high, but I will definitely take that one. Then we are on the defensive end of the court. Shooting guard's on the ball. I'm going to block the point guard or shooting guard driving, and then I have two ways, so we're out on the break, but he has to foul me. I'm going to go ahead and go back door here. They're going to find me, and I'm going to get a nice easy layup. Look how long my arms are. I'm jumping up, touching the rim with barely coming off the ground. They're going to try to drive though. I have the paint on lockdown. My guy's going to pull up a three, can't get it to go. We get a lot of rebounds for only having an 80 rebound. It's got to have something to do with that 80 vertical or 85 vertical and the max wingspan. My guard's going to get a dunk. He was doing his dunks. He was getting a lot of dunks, but his dunks all game long, he was just doing way too much. There was no kind of basic dunk about it. There's that intimidator type of badge kicking in again. He's going to kick to me on the pop. I'm going to find the shooting guard who ended up quitting on our team. He misses. I grab the rebound, back out to the AI. Point guard shoots, can't get it to go, and we are back on the defensive end of the court. When you're playing with randoms, a lot of the time you can't really expect them to hit all of their shots. You can't really get mad at them, otherwise you're not going to get the ball anymore. So I'm going to drive, take it into my own hands, snatch back, and pull up, knock that down. Now we are down 11-8. I really did think this was going to be the first time I lost in the video when I stepped in here, and we were down 13-8 at this point. AI hits a super clutch three at the top of the key, bringing us back into the game. And then we were playing defense. Point guard gets a steal. Michael Jordan dunk from the just inside the free throw line, tying us at 13s. But then they hit a three. We're down 13-16. AI kicks back to the point guard, back to me, and I get a standing dunk over the center. It is a 1-point game. Coming down to the wire in this one, 18-17 at this point. They pull up a three to win. Can't get it to go. I get the rebound down to the guard. He gets another dunk. That was probably the safest one he dunked all game. But we were up 19-18, and their guard gets left wide open, pulls up for the game, and he can't get it to go. And we are back on the offensive end with a chance to win the game. Point guard, 360 behind the back. Like I said, he was doing way too much, but he throws it down. We win the game 21-18. Go undefeated in the video. I mean, I got on to record this. We didn't lose a single game the entire time. B+, 8.7 rebounds, 67% from the field, and just showing you how versatile this build really is. I mean, I brought it to every single game mode in this video, didn't lose a single game. Believe it or not, like I said, it was my first time recording in each game mode. I only played one in each of them and did not lose. I really wish I had some way to prove it because that's really how it went down. And I don't know, it's pretty impressive. This build's a ton of fun to play on. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one though. If you watched all the way through, I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment on your way out letting me know what you thought of this video. We're going to continue to drop bangers all through 2K25 and then go crazy in 2K26. That is going to do it for this one though. I will catch you in the next one.